Hello, Dr. One Street and class. My name is Carlos Villatoro, and I would like to apologize for not being in the presentation of other students at the designated time. I choose for this presentation the activity theory of learning applied to teaching in the online format. The roots of activity theory. Anybody could think that activity theory is something new because we are talking about online education. However, according to Bosalek, De Rocha and Vygotsky, in 1978 proposed human learning and the development of a uniquely human higher cognitive functions requires the appropriation of cultural tools through the process of mediations. In other words, any human activity that involves cognition should have the components of the intentions, tools, culture, and social structure of people. The activity theory is also known as cultural historical activity theory, CHAT, and has been used as an analytical tool for understanding human activity as agents of learning using tools within the social and cultural context. Any cognition activity cannot be considered outside the social context of the learner. A social context could be a school or college, or family, or an ended group. We also can think that it is a form of constructivism because, according to One Street, people construct meaning, the object of learning, through interaction with others in the activity system. They can create outcomes using tools or artifacts. The role of technology in the activity theory could be as tools for interaction between students, and it becomes to a social interaction part as well. Activity theory is a framework that gives us a way to understand that teaching, learning process is a social and cultural action. First generation chat was created by Vygotsky in 1978, and he created a graphic representation as a triangle with tools, subject, and object. Mediating artifacts are tools, can be physical or cultural, that mediate our experience and understanding of a phenomenon. A child's learning how to subtract fractions, for instance, initially relies upon external representation like group of blocks, but soon internalizes those representations and can perform such operation in her or his head. The subject is a learner of group of students. The object is the task to be made by the students to get a particular outcome. Vygotsky didn't develop an analytical framework capable of situation learning within a wider context accounting for a collective and dynamic nature of activities. Engstrom, in 1987, second generation activity theory expands the unit of the analysis to include joint motivated activity toward an object, which makes room for understanding how social group mediates activity. The rules, in this case, regulate the intervention of the subject in large contexts. The community is the group of learners or persons with the same goal or outcome. The division of labor, how the tasks are divided in the community. The third generation of chat complements the second generation when we have to study the interaction between systems. A school community is a clear example where the second generation of chat is short because parents, teachers, and administrators have the same object or outcome, that is, the student learn. However, every group works differently and has different tools. Parents are different community than teachers. I have frequently found in my school that parents have different set of rules than schools. How do we can match those different? We have an example here, a comparison between a physical and a virtual classroom using the chat elements. In this case, you can see that the physical classroom is very similar to the online classroom. However, for example, the mediating tools are different because you have the students all the time in your classroom. How in the online classroom, we have an LMS that is a system that we require. In the past, it could be sending letters. We have a Meet tool. In this case, we have the Adobe Connect. We have virtual handwriting in the Adobe Connect. We have voice, the discussion boards, we have chats, papers, the PowerPoint presentation like this, textbooks in mail. The rules are also different. For example, in our country, if a student fail the attendance or by 15%, if they don't have the 85% of attendance, they fail in a class or in a subject. The grading, the attendance and the grading policies in an online classroom are different. And the other thing is that when you have a physical classroom, you are asynchronous physical co-present. In online classroom, we can have asynchronous co-present. The community are almost the same. The thing is that the community in a physical classroom are centralized in the classroom. And in online classroom are decentralized or distributed classroom, because we have students from all over the world. The division of labor is different as well, because teachers are in the physical classroom, are in the school, are always in the school. But in online classroom, we can have teachers from all over the world. The conclusion: chat is an analytical and researcher tool to understand the human activity and can be used to illuminate issues in learning systems, such as learning technologies as constructionist tools that require individual autonomy and value creative expression. Chat provides a basis to understand pedagogy as multi-voice and embedded in power relations. Chat helps us to include technology in learning process, and it serves to design online courses. Activity theory answers this question by providing learning technologies with a structure for understanding how learning with technology occurs with activity. Its utility lies in its ability to provide a formal grammar for understanding the learning complexity in the real world. Thank you very much, and have a good night.